you guys doing? Hope you're gonna have an awesome day today. Over see if everybody you do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe while you at it. Go ahead, push that bell for notifications so you can get to scoop my news upcoming videos. Okay, this is gonna be a recap video and then we're gonna do the breakdown trailer. Alright, you guys ready? First of all, we see Lady Luck Becky. Now, she's not having any luck at all because she's wanted for murder, yes, but for her own fiance. So Christian Kramer is actually interrogating her to see the full story of what's going on. Now, Christian Kramer actually calls up Cecile and says, I have a problem for you to figure out. Can you come down CCPD? Cecile says, sure. Back in Star Lab, so we see Team Flash and they're talking. So basically, Barry and Iris, they want to have a little small vacation in Coast City, which I think is actually pretty good for them. So their idea of having a vacation is no zooming around, like no running around fast pace. So they both agree, and as soon as they leave, well, Team Flash has their cut for each other, meaning they already have plans, especially for Mark and Keiynan. So Mark approaches Keiynan and says, are you ready? We're going to test out and see what kind of powers you really do have, and we're going to have a little fun with it. So, shall we begin? And yeah, they're going to start testing and training her out. Back at CCPD, we see Cecile. She's getting the scoop and the information on Lady Luck, Becky. And she's learning that Becky was found inside her house with her fiance murdered to the floor. And now she has this case she wants to take on. So as soon as she's talking to Becky, Becky keeps saying that you have to believe me. I did not kill my fiance. I'm innocent. Can you please help me out? Then Christian Kramer says, I'm not too sure about that because we have new evidence. It's Becky's heel. Becky's heel is the weapon that killed her fiance brutally. So they go to Becky's house at the crime scene and they have Allegra scout out Becky's, I guess, her living room to see if the killer actually left behind a clue, which they did inevitably. They made a mistake. So the clue was a poker chip, and they asked Becky, have you ever been to the casino lately or hosting it? And Becky said, no, not in a long time. And they asked Becky, do you know who else has been? It was her brother-in-law, yes. And her brother-in-law says that, I'm sorry, Becky, but it was your fiance. He was a gambling addict, and he was the one that was in the casinos. The thing is, I'm pretty sure I know what happened to him. He owed a lot of people money. He was in debt real deep into certain bad people. Hey, I tried to tell him to stop playing, stop gambling, but he wouldn't listen to me. The guys he's dealing with are not good guys. And so Cecile and Allegra are thinking of, how about we take Becky to the casino hall and see what we could find out, any information. That kind of was a little bad idea because two men were actually trying to take Becky hostage and take her away until Allegra used her powers and zapped both of them over all the way across the bar, throwing them like a sack of potatoes and busting up some glasses. Now, they thought the fight was over with, but how they escaped the little two goons, they took a small hostage, which was a bartender, and then they threw the bartender on the ground and said, don't follow us, and left. So back at Star Labs, we see Keiynan about to practice. Well, they want to see what kind of meta power she has. Mark is so convinced that she has powers just like Frost. So he's going to try to train her. He's going to show her how to use your meta powers, which is Frost's power. So he gives her a demonstration. And so he tries to teach her a little bit. Hours go by and, well, they do not get any results. So they're thinking Keiynan probably doesn't have fiend power. So they're taking a break for now. Then back at Cecile's office, it's really confusing for them. They have no idea what else to do, who these goons are. Most likely they're the hired hitman. But something happens with Cecile. She gets distracted while they hear Becky in the hallway getting taken away by these two goons. Allegra tried to use her powers, but one of the goons has a magnifying device which dampers Allegra's power, which is off the charts. So they give the damper to Chester to see what they could find out. Why it stopped her powers. Back at Star Labs, we see Marcus talked to Keon, and Keon is apologizing to Marcus, and Marcus is saying, "No, I need to apologize. I thought you had Frost's powers, but I guess not." When she touched Marcus' hands, well, it started snowing inside Star Labs, so obviously she has to have Frost's powers, am I right? Has to. And so Cecile and Allegra are thinking, what should we do? So they go to Chester and they talk to Chester, and Chester says, the magnifying device that damper your powers, well, the thing is that it dampers, I guess you could say, Becky's powers because it's a stone. And they remember that the engagement stone is worn on Becky's hand, which means someone is actually controlling Becky. Someone found out that she has meta powers and they're exploiting her and using her for their own benefits. And yes, it was the brother-in-law. The brother-in-law killed his own brother so that he could use Becky's powers to go to the casino and get a lot of money. Cecile and Allegra actually go and they find themselves a little bit captured at the moment. So, while they're captured, I guess you could say that the lights go out courtesy of Chester. Since the lights went out, her ring was able to take off her finger courtesy of Cecile. And well, Lady Luck, Becky has her powers back. A gun actually blew up in one of the goons' hands for some reason. I don't know how. And then Tony tried to escape, but he trampled down all the way down the stairs and got knocked out. Yeah, seriously. I guess you could say Becky's name is in the clear. We now know who the killer is, so Becky is now free from all charges, which is very, very good. Now, Cecile was saying to Allegra, we work as a good team, but I was wondering, would you like to be my roommate here in this big house? And Allegra actually pretty agrees to it. She says, sure, why not? 1 week later, back in the loft, they're building up a huge party for Barry and Iris. Yes, this party is not any ordinary party when they come in. It's actually a baby shower party, yeah, for them. Huge surprise. And, well, I guess Barry and Iris are getting real serious, and this is real surreal for them. And they all loved it, and they liked it. But Chester, on the other hand, he brings, I guess you could say, Marcus and Keon back to the Star Labs and says, Keon doesn't have any meta powers. I spoke to the mother and Carla made sure of it. And Marcus says, what do you mean? She literally put out snow inside the building. And Chester said that she's actually not human. Yeah, okay, no. That is totally weird. Keon is not human, so what is she? If she doesn't have meta powers, no dark matter inside her. Ooh, that's a mystery. Okay, you guys ready? A Flash Season 9, Episode 7. You guys ready for breakdown trailer? Okay, let's dive right into it, shall we? Okay, so we are in CCPD, and it says Captain Wes Allen, and apparently Iris is the chief. Yeah, she's an officer. And also Nicole Maines, I believe, she's also an officer of the law too. It's really confusing at the moment of why they're both officers of the law, especially Iris is chief of police. But then they get together and say, something's wrong, something's off, we're not supposed to be here. Barry actually finds them back in the loft, and he finds them unconscious. They're like whammied. So whatever happened to them, they're actually in a dream world, in time loop, possibly. So Barry rushes them all the way back to Star Labs to try to figure out what exactly is going on and who whammied them into a dream, the same dream that they're having over and over. And so this is a mystery of what's actually going on and what kind of story this plot is heading to, because it really questions me and I fathom my words, but Team Flash is doing their best to try to find out how this situation actually happened and who actually did this situation cause this and what is their motive and why did they exactly do this. Barry and Iris are especially wondering. I hope Nora is okay. Then they find themselves in a warehouse with a bunch of people staring at them. I have no idea what this means, but they definitely need to run right now. Nicole Maines is telling Iris, we need to get out of here right now, whatever's going on. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys new, subscribe to the channel as always. And yes, of course, I'll see you all in the next one.